Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sean here, the Detroit Diz, and it is a great day today in the D. Every day is a great day in the D. Anyhow, so I have a topic to discuss today, but before we get started, that's right, before we get started, go ahead and mash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I want to, first of all, thank all of our 600 and plus subscribers. We thank all of you for hanging in there with us every day and remaining to be our subscriber. And also, I want to say thank you to the new subscribers. If you just hit that subscribe button, we appreciate you helping us out reach 1,000 subscribers and also continuing to support us along our YouTube journey. We really appreciate it. Anyways, so let's get on to the story, shall you? Because I know you're waiting. And so today's topic, you already know what it is. It's right, TV content. Is it really worth it all? Like, yeah. So this last summer has been an interesting summer for myself and my TV content my TV providers that are streaming content that they purchase from somebody else. That's what every TV provider does. Now, I have cut all of the cords. There are no cable boxes. I don't have any cable boxes. I just have an Apple TV on my TVs. And I have used Comcast, which is Xfinity to some people, which is owned by NBC. And then I also have used Direct TV, and both streaming services. So I get all the channels, I get all the plans, just like you do if you had a box and everything else like that. Except I don't have any boxes or cables, and I don't have to pay all those fees for the boxes, and it cuts down on your bill tremendously, believe me. So lately, it first started out in the early part of this year when the regional sports network Bally Sports had because they're in bankruptcy, had a dispute that they were not going to be paying Xfinity Comcast for their contract, or they had some contract dispute along that means, and they basically there was no more regional sports channels on Xfinity Comcast. And I was like, oh gosh. And this is right before baseball season started. And I wanted to see my Tigers. They may not be the most winningest team in the Major League Baseball, but I wanted to watch them because I like watching a good baseball team. That's right, a good American baseball game. And so I was very like, oh gosh, I can't believe this is happening. And what do I do? What do I do? And they were not making up. They were not making up. Bally is going bankrupt, and Comcast and all the providers, the regional sports providers, are asking for a ton of money, and they're like, oh, we can't pay you that much, and they're like, oh, well, you can, and this dispute went on for a while, and just recently, about a couple of weeks ago, they finally resolved their issues with each other, and I believe that the regional sports has returned. Interesting enough. And now they don't even know if they're going to have the regional sports are going to have the Tigers or whatever sports team they have right now in the springtime. But for now, all we know that is that basketball and hockey is going to be covered for this winter and spring. Yeah, interesting. But I don't have Comcast anymore, so I don't really care. I moved on, and I had to. I had to switch, so I switched. Right, I switched to Direct TV streaming now, which is notoriety, is that it gets all these sports channels that you don't usually get, and they have a plethora. They have a sports package and stuff like that, and they're really great. So, and the place I used to work for owned DirecTV for a short period of time. So going forward, I have DirecTV, and now all of a sudden, Disney is at odds with the contract that is with DirecTV, and they're like, "Hey, we want you to pay us, buku dollars for the, for our content for you to put on your network." And DirecTV was like, well, that's a little too pricey for us. And they're now at a dispute. And then now I don't have Disney channels to include ABC affiliates. How can they? I don't. What I don't understand is how can they not have? This is the first wonder I have in my head, because here in Detroit, the ABC affiliate is not owned by a Disney is not a Disney owned television station. It's owned by Scripps Howard's, but maybe there's some type of contract that they have. If there's a contract dispute, they're like, we don't cover them at all. Even though they're not owned by Disney, they're owned by Scripps Howard's, which is a whole completely different network, which is, even though they cover the Disney, the ABC News network. I mean, if you're not covering ABC stuff, you could still have other stuff. There's other content that isn't from Disney on your Scripps Howard's TV station. I mean, that's how I think about it, anyways. But let me digress here and say that now the channel is gone. We don't have ABC at all. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. And yeah. So, anyways, the interesting thing is that are these content providers, when I say, yeah, content providers, I'm talking about creators, like Disney and Fox and NBC and all the channels that you would get on your TV network. Are they asking more money? It's like inflation. They're asking the network for more, for the TV. They're asking the TV provider, your cable provider, to provide more money, and then at the same time, right? They're asking for more money. Should they be paid that more money? Because basically, that cost, is going to trickle down to your cable bill or your streaming bill, and you're going to be paying more. Now, interesting enough, they have increased. And you can go to like Paramount Plus, you can go to ABC online. I think they have their own online stuff. You can watch ESPN. You got to pay extra. You get the Disney Plus package with Hulu. All of those networks on their own, because they've set up their own like little internet space where they're just broadcasting on their own, except the news and stuff from their networks. And they have increased their own prices, and then now they want to get more money from the TV providers. I'll call them the providers, and then the content people will be like NBC, CBS, ABC, whatnot. The show people who produce the shows. So basically, my question here for you today, well, basically, and to wrap this up, is, are they charging too much, more than that they're worth, or should we, the people, be paying more money for their content? Is it overrated or is it not? Is a little increase something to worry about, or is it breaking? Now, here is the side of the TV provider, is that their subscriber base is shrinking, even though that I'm already on the streaming service, that and but Comcast and DirecTV, they do have a wired network, and that wired network subscribers could be quitting and going somewhere else, maybe directly to Paramount, directly to ABC, directly to NBC Peacock Online, and getting that content, and they could be leaving altogether. Right. And then a Comcast or DirecTV is like going, well, they could be going to you directly. Right. So I could see that interesting tidbit of that happening there, and that argument, and I could see that side of the argument. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts here? Put your comments in the comment section, in the comment below. I like covering, streaming services and streaming news. It's all interesting to me. And then that's it for today. Anyways, you guys have a great one. And for now, over and out.